Escort contingent will advance. Right. Big march.
We are live on Ghana television, live in the studio as well as from the Black Star Square. What you see on your screens is the beginning of the trooping of the colors. Squadron leader Francisca Hollow, if you could just walk us through the trooping of the colors.
Yeah, thank you very much, Nanaya. So the band has just marched to position themselves as we await the arrival of the contingent, the escort contingent. And as we can see now, the escort contingent is marching, and very soon the sergeant majors will receive the colors from the escort. So now they are marching to position themselves at the right place to receive the colors. Trooping of colors is a tradition we inherited from the British. As you know, we were trained by them, so most of our military customs and traditions come from them. In the olden days, battles were fought in close order formations, and each unit in those formations had their own colors or flags. We call them colors because of the colors we see depicted on them. The principal role of these colors was to serve as rallying points in the battlefields. This was important because without modern communication, it was easy for troops to become disoriented and separated from their units during conflicts. So if troops knew what their regiment colors looked like, it was necessary to display them regularly. So the way in which this was done was for young officers to march in between the ranks of troops formed up in lines with the colors held high. This is the origin of trooping of colors. And as this custom evolved, it was performed only on the birthday of the Queen or the King. And as we also inherited this tradition from the British, we have adopted it to be performed every 10 years on the independence of Ghana. So what you are watching now, the sergeant majors are going to receive the colors from the escorts, and they will hand them over to the ensigns, that is the officers. It is only an officer who carries the colors.
Senior warrant officer as one rank from the Ghana Army.
And it is an honor for a young officer to carry the colors, because the colors represent the spirit and soul of the unit, and the highest respect must be accorded them. So as military customs and traditions evolved, the trooping of colors was performed during sovereign birthdays, as I said earlier. But we have adopted it, and we perform it every 10 years on the independence of Ghana. It was performed on the 50th anniversary of Ghana, and now we are celebrating our 60th anniversary. That is why it's being performed today. So now the sergeant majors have handed over the colors to the ensigns, and now they are going to march through the ranks and show the colors to the troops. In the olden days, this was how, before battle started, this was how they were formed up, because they fought with swords and bayonets. So they formed up this way, and then they fought. But before they went into battle, the colors would have to be shown to them so that each unit would be able to recognize their colors. In the course of battle, there is so much confusion and chaos. with so much dust,
Ghana 60 years on.
and the soldiers, it's likely they would get disoriented. So once they knew their colors, it was easy for them to get together.
Escort contingent.
So now the colors have been handed over to the ensigns. They are getting ready to march through the ranks and show the colors to the troops. As I said, the colors represent the spirit and soul of the unit, and therefore the highest respect must be accorded them. So now the national anthem is being played, and all personnel in uniform are to pay the appropriate compliment. The national color is carried by Flight Lieutenant Samuel Ajay Afum. The Ghana Army color by Captain Robert Tete Ajija. The Navy color, Lieutenant Ghana Navy Andrews Nana Tando. And the Air Force color by Flight Lieutenant Emmanuel Mensah. So now, as you can see, the color ensigns are carrying the colors, getting ready to march through the ranks and show the colors to the troops. That's what you are seeing now. The escort contingent escorting them. As I said earlier, the principal role of these colors in the olden days was to serve as rallying points in the battlefields. This was important because without modern communication, it was easy for troops to become disoriented and separated from their units during conflicts. So these colors served as rallying points for the troops during battle. And it was necessary for the troops to know what their colors look like. So it was necessary to troop the colors for each soldier to be able to recognize their colors. Today we do not fight battles in close order formations anymore. So this has become purely ceremonial. And it is performed every 10 years on the independence of Ghana. So we have the color party there carrying the colors, the national colors, the Army, Navy, and Air Force colors. So they are still marching through the ranks. We have the band marching to take their positions to give way for the rest of the parade to march past in slow and quick time. We are still watching the mass
origin
band.
and customs of carrying colors dates back to the days of early man, who fixed his family badge on a pole and held it aloft in battle for the dual purpose of indicating his position and acting as a rally point should the occasion arise. Armies adopted this set of formations, with each regiment's ability to keep its formation was a potential critical to its success in battle. Flags and banners have been used by many armies in battles to serve this purpose. Regimental flags are generally awarded to a regiment by the head of state during ceremonies. Colors may be inscribed battle honors or symbols representing achievements. As the national and service colors are being carried, they are being treated with reverence. They represent the honor and traditions of the country.
Squadron Leader Francisca Holle, we're coming to what I believe is the end of the trooping of the colors. Could you round it up for us?
Yes, so the trooping of colors is over now. The band has positioned itself, getting ready for the slow march. The parade commander is now giving the orders, the command for the contingents to start with the slow march. The color party has also positioned itself. So everything is set now for the march past.
Okay, and as we begin the march past, I'd like to remind you that we're live on Ghana Television. In the studios with me is Citizen Dr. Lloyd Amwa, Citizen Kofi Bento, Squadron Leader Francisca Aholo, and Citizen Dr. Victor Bampo. This panel is about to stand down. I think that's an appropriate military term, isn't it? Yes. This panel is about to stand down, and before you do go, Lloyd, a few words. Today is our 60th. You've spent time with us here in the studio. A few words.
I will end on a military note. So we've seen the ensigns with the colors. I would say that in the next 60 years going forward, all of us should behave as ensigns and carry the national colors well.
Thank you. That was very appropriate. Citizen Kofi Bentel, if you could stretch yourself in that direction.
Well, we've come a long way. It's a good time to be Ghanaian again. And looking forward 60 years, I think we've come of age. We now can take on some of the difficult discussions that we must have. And I hope the president sets the tone. Over the next 60 years, we should move into real maturity and build a country that we'll be very, very proud of. So, happy birthday to Ghana.
Indeed. And Citizen Dr. Victor Bumper, your final words whilst the military continues with its march past.
Days like this make me feel very proud to be a Ghanaian. I think we have a good thing going on in Ghana. We should continue to work hard and make the nation great and strong.
Thank you so much. And we continue with Squadron Leader Francisca Hollow explaining what is happening. Thank you to this panel, and the last panel begins to join me. Melissa Mensah is a lawyer. Esme Thompson is a human resources advocate. Amarkan Amatofio is an artist, and Nana Asase, who of course is voice. Nana Asase's voice and face is the one that you hear in the Ghana 60 years on video. Nana Asase is a poet who will be joining us shortly.
So the trooping of colors is over. The color party is marching to position themselves at the appropriate place. This will be done before the slow march starts.
With the color party position now, we have full complement of the parade. Very soon, the contingents will march past.
Raid will march past in slow and quick time. In close orders, march! Form trunks!
The parade second in command, Lieutenant Colonel Ofosu, and Lieutenant Commander Michael Kujo are swapping positions on parade.
Raid! By the center! Slow! March!
Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the contingents are now marching in slow time. Please observe that only the front contingents will march past in slow time, and together with the real contingents, they will do the quick time. Contingents from the Ghana Armed Forces, the Ghana Army, the Ghana Navy, and the Ghana Air Force are doing the slow march. The mass band our parade is commanded by Sub-Lieutenant Theophilus Stanley Brook. The senior bandmaster is Chief Petty Officer Class 1 Quist Love from the Ghana Navy. Other bandmasters include Warrant Officer Class 1 Ali Leonidas, the Ghana Armed Forces Central Band. The Ghana Air Force Band, we have Staff Sergeant Aiden John. And from the police, we have Chief Inspector Felix Hussein. The drum majors are Warrant Officer Class 2 Papon Samuel. He is the senior drum major. Other drum majors are AB1 Sunny, the Ghana Navy, and Sergeant Lance Ebenezer, and AC1 Manuel from the Ghana Air Force. The Ghana Police, we have Corporal Agbenye Vivian, Constable Tewa Dasi Yunis.
Ladies and gentlemen, we also want to recognize the presence of His Excellency Francisco Pascal Obama Asiu, Prime Minister of the Republic of Equatorial Guinea, and also Hajia Khadija Boubacar Abba Ibrahim, Honorable Minister of State's Foreign Affairs for the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Leading the contingents now is the parade commander, Group Captain Joshua Latte Mensa Lakai. Following the parade commander is the parade adjutant, Lieutenant Commander Michael Gujo. Contingent is the #1 contingent drawn from the 5th Infantry Battalion of the Ghana Army. The contingent commander is Captain Xavier Clenham Ketote, who doubled as the escort contingent commander. Supernumeraries are Lieutenant Felix Agro and Lieutenant Askanda Mohammed. The contingent sergeant major is Sergeant Essien Anthony. And they have written the figure 0. The #2 contingent is the Army Female Contingent commanded by Captain Rita Nyam. Supernumeraries are Lieutenant Edna Akudawai and Lieutenant Joyce Efua Cherabuabin. They are drawn from the Support Service Brigade. Contingent Sergeant Major is Warrant Officer Class 2 AJ Rita. And they have written the figure 6. The Navy Male contingent in white is the #3 contingent. It's commanded by Lieutenant Ghana Navy Stephen Yahweh J. Jan. The supernumeraries are Sub-Lieutenant Lee Emu Emeke Emule, Acting Sub-Lieutenant Isaac Yao Abba. The contingent sergeant major is Petty Officer Class 2 Daken Thomas. They have formed the letter X. So now we have 60. And an S. The fourth contingent is also from the Ghana Navy in white, commanded by Lieutenant Ghana Navy Dorothy Osei Anasu. The supernumeraries are Sub-Lieutenant St. Clair Shariana and Acting Sub-Lieutenant Richard D. Scully Anabiatia. The contingent Sergeant Major is Petty Officer Class 2 Asare Bediakun Olivia. They are from the letter S. So now we have S60. Following the Ghana Navy is the color escorts. Following the Ghana, the color escorts is the Air Force male contingent. They are the number 5 contingent. It's commanded by Flight Lieutenant Solomon Dowuna, Flying Officer Romeo Botti, and Pilot Officer Ben Osekojo as the supernumeraries. The contingent Sergeant Major is Sergeant Amanekwe. They are from the letter H. Next is the Air Force female contingent, commanded by Flight Lieutenant Amasewa, with Flying Officer Na Akushika Alute and Flying Officer Sewa Amprechum as the supernumeraries. The contingent Sergeant Major is Warrant Officer Class 2 Emenya Yenny Emelda. We have written the letter G, making it Ghana is 60. Following closely is the parade second in command, Lieutenant Colonel Samuel Ofosu.
into quick time. Quick march.
Your Excellencies, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, parade is now doing a quick time. Leading them is a parade commander. Group captain Joshua Mensah Akain. He is followed by Lieutenant Commander Michael Kujo. And the Army Male contingent are marching in an arrowhead formation. They are drawn from the 5th Infantry Battalion here in Accra. Following the Army male is the Army female in a reversed arrowhead formation. They are drawn from the Support Services Brigade. Next is the Navy Male contingent in all white. They are followed closely by the color party. The color party is followed by the Navy female contingent. Following closely is a Ghana Air Force contingent in an arrowhead formation. Following a male contingent is the Ghana Air Force female contingent in a reversed arrowhead formation. The next 4 contingents are drawn from the Ghana Police Service. The number 7 contingent is commanded by Assistant Superintendent of Police Smakwashi Ansan. The supernumeraries are Assistant Superintendent of Police Emmanuel Agbedugo and Assistant Superintendent of Police Nanka Bruce. The Sergeant Major is Corporal Christian Gazy. They are in an arrowhead formation.
Well done, well done. Go, go, go.
Following closely is the number 8 contingent and is commanded by ASP Tewa Samwa, ASP Angelina Kanteka, and ASP Sergeant Foka as the supernumerous. The contingent sergeant major is Corporal Florence Yakubu. Another male police contingent is commanded by ASP Isaac Okansi with ASP Ni Otukwe and ASP John Nwete as the supernumerous. The contingent sergeant major is Lance Corporal Henry Ousu. The 10th contingent is the last police contingent and is commanded by ASP Adeline Demofil with ASP Agnes Boafo and ASP Augustina A.T. as the supernumerous. The contingent sergeant major is Corporal Joanna Agadiak Ayikren. Next is the prison service in an arrowhead formation. The 11th contingent has Deputy Superintendent of Police as Lord Berryman as the contingent commander. The supernumeraries are Assistant Superintendent of Prison Bashir Mohammed and Assistant Superintendent of Prison Felix Donko. The contingent sergeant major is Sergeant Joel Koblan Sengla. The 12th contingent is the prison's female contingent commanded by Deputy Superintendent of Prisons Irene Imanani with Assistant Superintendent of Prison Emelda Ayala and Assistant Superintendent of Prison Abel Monfemo Adibraka as the supernumerary. The contingent sergeant major is Amanya. The 13th and 14th contingents are from the Ghana Fire Service. The male contingent has Assistant Divisional Officer Grade 1 William Saki as the commander. The supernumeraries are Assistant Divisional Officer Grade 1 Isaac Kwesi Ofori Asare and Assistant Divisional Officer Grade 2 Ezra Mengo as the supernumeraries. The contingent sergeant major is Station Officer Grade 1 Samuel Ashinigwe. Female contingent is commanded by Assistant Divisional Officer Grade 1 Jacqueline Bewa with Assistant Divisional Officer Grade 1 and Messi Degu Baku and Assistant Divisional Officer Grade 2 Charlotte Ano as supernumerary. The contingent sergeant major is Revenue Officer Messi Jifado. Next is the Customs Division of the Ghana Revenue Authority. Revenue Officer George Enchel is the contingent commander for the male contingent, and the supernumeraries are Assistant Revenue Officer Eugene Menka Asenso and Assistant Revenue Officer Destin Pereira as the contingent sergeant major. The female contingent is commanded by Assistant Revenue Officer Patient Dawude Rifa, Assistant Revenue Officer Abdullah Hope, and Assistant Revenue Officer Yakisiwa Apia as supernumeraries. Lastly, last two contingents are drawn from the Ghana Immigration Service. The male contingent is commanded by Deputy Superintendent of Immigration Divine Mensa. The supernumeraries are Assistant Superintendent of Immigration Samuel Metz and Assistant Superintendent of Immigration Cecil Jones Adokwe. The contingent sergeant major is Inspector Oswald Suman Mensa. The last contingent now is the female contingent from the Ghana Immigration Service, commanded by Deputy Superintendent of Immigration Rosemary Ofori. Supernumeraries are Assistant Superintendent of Immigration Gwendolyn Lucy Akins and Assistant Superintendent of Immigration Eunice Amafrimpong. Contingent sergeant major is Inspector Erin Zato. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is now the turn of the mounted troops. We have on parade today personnel from the Armored Recce Reconnaissance the Armored Reconnaissance Regiment, 64 Infantry Regiment, 66 Artillery Regiment, Police Armored Squadron, the Ghana Navy ship, and fire service. The number 1 troop, the Armored Recce Regiment, is commanded by Captain Raymond Ebu, and is using the BAMTAG. Number 2 troop, F4 by Typhoon mine-resistant ambush protective vehicles in a line abreast formation, commanded by Lieutenant Samuel Ejiku. The number 3 troop comprises 4 by 05 piece armored personnel carriers in a box formation, commanded by Lieutenant Michael Kuta. The number 4 troop comprises a support troop with 2 8x8 wax and 205Bs in a diamond formation, commanded by 2nd Lieutenant Ben Taki. Following them closely is their recovery track. Next is 64 Infantry Regiment. They are commanded by Captain Jerry Mensah Ade Ofuri. He is assisted by Warrant Officer Class 1 Ajeman Franklin and Warrant Officer Class 1 Danku Emmanuel. On bridge today are the Hunters vehicles, land cruisers mounted with 2x107 multiple rocket launcher. Blowing 64 Infantry Regiment is the 66 Artillery Regiment. They are based at Volta Barracks in Volta region. The unit was formerly known as the Medium Mortar Regiment. They have the 107mm multiple rocket launcher, commanded by Captain Felix Obogu, the battery commander. Also on parade is the 105mm howitzer Toad, commanded by 2nd Lieutenant KK Mensah. They also have the 122mm howitzer with 2nd Lieutenant Ebenezer Labi Ado as a troop leader. The battery sergeant major is Warrant Officer Class 2 Malia Mohammed. Next is the Ghana Navy ship. Ghana Navy ship Ewo, commanded by Lieutenant Commander Joseph Gura, and Ghana Navy ship Lika, commanded by Lieutenant Ghana Navy Seth Chapasu, are out at sea taking part in the parade at the general area of the square. A towed Ghana Navy special boat is commanded by Sub-Lieutenant Ishmael Aliando Kwame Agoma. Next is the Ghana Police Unit. The squadron is commanded by Assistant Superintendent of Police Johnson Bediaku and assisted by Assistant Superintendent of Police Vera Kwate Ayesu. Equipment on display and its purpose include rapid intervention vehicles in the lead, Maverick armored personnel carriers, volatile operations locally and in the United Nations operations. This is ideal public order. The danger water cannon, multiple purpose vehicle capable of spraying and discharge both tear gas, liquid tear gas, public order. Also is the Maverick design protection of operatives. Ghana Fire Service equipment on display is commanded by Assistant Divisional Officer Grade 2 Comfort Beja, and she is assisted by Station Officer Grade 1 Ezekiel Jan. Station Officer Grade 1 Joseph Buad. Grade is a firefighting vehicles. These include firefighting tenders, turntable ladders used in fighting fire in high-rise buildings. The general public is reminded that Ghana Armed Forces Open Day activities will be held at all garrisons tomorrow, Tuesday, 7th of March. The Ghana Armed Forces wishes to invite the general public, in particular all school children, to be part of this day to get to know and learn more about the Ghana Armed Forces. Meanwhile, a remainder of the parade have formed Ghana Ayuko. What they are saying to all of us, it's well done for attaining 60 years. And let us be reminded to mobilize Ghana's future. Very soon, the parade will reform and advance in review order.
Raid to reform. Raid. Sit. So date ups by the center. Back march.
Please rise. A while ago was a 21-gun salute by the 66th Artillery Regiment supported by the Ghana Navy. They were commanded by Captain Felix Opoku and Lieutenant Ghana Navy Michael Kwao Ewua. The fly past by the Ghana Air Force had pilots, Squadron Leader Charles Dawe, Squadron Leader Ishmael Ansa, Squadron Leader Razak Mustafa, Flight Lieutenant Davis Abuaji, Flight Lieutenant Courage Fianco, Flight Lieutenant Samuel Boyne, and Flight Lieutenant Dominic Ajukachi.
Mr. President, grouping of colors and march past over. I have your permission. Start the parade at Ace for your anniversary address. Mr. President.
the parade commander has invited the president for his address.